The Reverend Mother must combine the seductive wiles of a courtesan with the untouchable majesty of a virgin goddess. Holding these attributes in tension so long as the powers of her youth endure. For when youth and beauty have gone, she will find that the place between, once occupied by tension, has become a wellspring of cunning and resourcefulness. The newest adaptation of Frank Herbert's beloved sci-fi epic Dune is on its way. In anticipation of its release, I've been exploring the unique and multifaceted heroes and villains that play a vital role in this story. In this video, I'll be examining another one of Dune's antagonists, the character that starts us off on this epic journey, the Reverend Mother Gaius Helen Mohiam. I'll be taking a look at the part she plays in Dune, as well as what we can expect to see from Denis Villeneuve's adaptation. The story of Dune begins with a mysterious old woman coming to visit the homeworld of House Atreides on a mission of supreme importance. This formidable figure is the Reverend Mother Gaius Helen Mohiam, a high-ranking member of the Bene Gesserit Sisterhood. Her presence and strength of character demands attention. Physically, she's described as ancient, with hair like matted spiderwebs, dark features, and eyes like glittering jewels. She carries herself in an intimidating manner, exuding authority and wisdom. She has come to see her former pupil, Lady Jessica, and Jessica's son, Paul Atreides. Right away, we are immersed into this strange new world set into mankind's distant future. As we begin this story, there's so much we don't know, and the Reverend Mother serves a vital role in helping us find our bearings, albeit in a cold and straightforward way. Her dialogue with Jessica and Paul paints a picture of mankind's development through the ages, and gives us a glimpse into the current political landscape and the role the Bene Gesserit play in this universe. To more fully understand the Reverend Mother and her motivations in this story, we must first learn about the Order of the Bene Gesserit and their secret mission. To outsiders, this ancient and reticent female organization exists to serve the Empire with their many useful talents. Their order rose to a prominent position after the Great Revolt against machines. 10,000 years ago, this event ravaged the known universe, and in the resulting turmoil, they emerged as a powerful religious institution with considerable political influence. This great conflict, known as the Butlerian Jihad, led to the banishment of all conscious machines and ushered in a new era for mankind. A complete technological reversal had begun. As the Reverend Mother puts it, man's crutch was taken away. Now that the crutch was gone, a surge of human development began. The Bene Gesserit Sisterhood, over thousands of years, conditioned their minds and bodies to perform incredible feats. They are undoubtedly the most powerful beings in the universe. Yet the way they choose to utilize their abilities is possibly the most interesting thing about them. Not wanting to reveal just how much power and influence they possess, they prefer to operate mostly in the shadows. They pull the strings of the wealthy and those who are in positions of authority, acquiring more influence and power for themselves as they secretly enact their own purpose for humanity. Their entire order and way of life is based on control and manipulation, and the Reverend Mother encompasses every bit of what the sisterhood stands for. They believe that control of oneself is the key to ruling the universe. A student of the Bene Gesserit school from infancy must first learn to keep every nerve, every muscle fiber, every natural impulse under control, and through years of intense mental and physical conditioning, are then able to perform superhuman feats that many come to view as magical in nature. This aspect of nerve and muscle control opens the door to all sorts of powerful abilities. To name a few, they are able to regulate and control blood flow, heart rate, and body temperature. They are even able to choose the sex of their offspring at conception. By exercising supreme muscle control, they are capable of superior force and speed in hand-to-hand combat. They utilize a talent known as the voice, being able to manipulate their vocal tones to trigger subconscious and primal human responses. This can be done to influence individuals along with large groups. These women certainly are a force to be reckoned with. Years of training, conditioning, and sacrifice enable them to control every aspect of their being, down to their most basic emotions and instincts. They can control their fear and instill it in others. The Reverend Mother excels at this. Once she had mastered supreme muscle and nerve control, she was then able to survive the ritual to earn the rank as Reverend Mother. This ritual is called the Spice Agony, where they ingest a poison which comes from the liquid exhalation of a young sandworm in the moment of its death by drowning. They must use their ability to change this lethal poison within themselves in order to render it harmless or die trying. It is a traumatic experience, and if the subject survives, she is gifted with the memories and vast knowledge of her female ancestors. This is the knowledge the Reverend Mother Gaius Helen Mohayem possesses. Thus she speaks with authority and wisdom far beyond her years. She has also gone on to serve at the Emperor's side as his truthsayer. She specializes in detecting falsehood by being able to read a person's heart rate, the slightest change in their body language, or timbre in their voice. The Bene Gesserit prove themselves invaluable to those in power, and so nobles of the great houses send their women to their schools to be trained or to enlist their services as the Emperor has. This is just another way they can manipulate the powerful, and by extension, the rest of humanity. This power is not without cost, however. It goes without saying that women brought up within the Bene Gesserit school, like Lady Jessica, don't have much of a childhood, and though raised in this matriarchal institution, it's not in the least bit maternal. They exist to serve. A Bene Gesserit's only concern is doing their part to achieve their ultimate goal of having direct control over humanity and its future through their breeding and genetics program. Its members are no more than tools for this initiative, and are treated as such. This cold, callous, and determined focus on the mission at hand is exemplified by the Reverend Mother Mohayem. The Bene Gesserit, through political maneuvering and espionage, work to produce offspring with certain dominant genetic traits. The Reverend Mother herself had a direct hand in the outworking of this plan. Their ultimate goal is to produce a super being, the first male Bene Gesserit able to access both male and female ancestral memories. He would have all the abilities of a Bene Gesserit, the wit of a Mentat, and would far exceed the Guild Navigator's ability to see far into the future with great precision. This super being is known as the Kwisatz Haderach, the one who can be all places at once. This manufactured Messiah would be the one to bridge space and time and bring untold knowledge of the past and future. This would enable the Bene Gesserit to direct humanity down a path of their choosing. The Reverend Mother personally trained Lady Jessica, who was intended to be the grandmother of this being. Now, all the Bene Gesserit's work has been jeopardized by Jessica's decision to have a son. The original plan was for her to have a daughter that would then be wed to the Harkonnen heir, Feyd-Rautha, and their child was intended to be this chosen one. The Bene Gesserit have always been obsessed with maintaining control. Now that they are faced with such uncertainty, the Reverend Mother is not pleased, and makes it clear that she will do whatever is necessary to make sure their ultimate goal is achieved. Her part in this story, though brief, definitely leaves a lasting impression that is continually felt throughout the entirety of Frank Herbert's opening novel. The Reverend Mother has previously been portrayed by Siân Phillips in David Lynch's 1984 film, and by Zuzana Geislerova in the Sci-Fi Channel miniseries in the year 2000. While I enjoyed aspects of these performances, I was not particularly fond of the character design in either of these adaptations. I generally appreciate the effort that was put into the costume design for Lynch's film. The Reverend Mother's outfit is definitely intricate and well made. However, my only issue is that its design prominently features her bald head and lack of eyebrows, which is a departure from how I envisioned her when I read the book. The miniseries does portray a Mohayem that is closer to the book's description. However, her costume looks cheaply made, and I'm not fond of the overall design. In Denis Villeneuve's upcoming film, actress Charlotte Rampling is set to play the Reverend Mother. With the photos that have been released so far, we haven't gotten to see the design of this version of the character. But with the minimalist approach that Villeneuve is apparently taking, I'm hoping for an adaptation that's more faithful to what's described in Frank Herbert's novel. While I am hopeful for a costume that well represents her status within the sisterhood, the more important thing for this character would be a strong on-screen presence. Whether the book's internal dialogue will be a part of this new adaptation is still a subject for debate. I, for one, am inclined to think it won't be a feature of this film, but having said that, it will be imperative that we, the audience, can feel the tension and fear her presence causes. Charlotte Rampling is a tremendous actress with a long and successful career, and I think she's a great choice to play this character. I have a good feeling that she has everything she needs talent-wise to do this character justice. The Reverend Mother Mohayim has one of the most iconic parts in the book. The dialogue in her scenes is quite memorable and is pivotal in setting the tone for the story. I'm anxiously looking forward to seeing how this fierce and enigmatic character is portrayed in Denis Villeneuve's upcoming adaptation of Dune. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did, and be sure to subscribe for more Dune and other sci-fi and fantasy content. And let me know your thoughts on this character as well as the casting of Charlotte Rampling in this role, and what you're hoping to see from this new adaptation. Thank you all so much for your support, and as always, have a very nerdy day.